Hello, can you hear me? I think it's working because I can see the bars moving when I'm talking. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Chakra Recalibration live workshop. I'm so excited to have you here. I'm feeling a bit garbage myself right now. I'm starting my cycle probably today, so I'm looking forward to this recalibration to really reset my cycle, give my whole body a reset itself so I can feel better. And I have no um, doubts that we will all feel amazing after this. So I'm really excited to have you. And you'll notice that I'm not going to share anything on my screen. I really want this to be an immersive experience for you. So I want you to be as in tune with your body as possible so that we can really cultivate the body awareness that's necessary for this type of energetic work. So, with that being said, I'll be going over an overview of the chakra system and how I perceive it in my own work with my own energy centers and how it's different from typical understandings of the chakra system, as well as how it pertains to your own chakra system. So, I'm going to really help you build that awareness of each chakras, and we're going to activate things as we go, but it's going to be as immersive as possible. And so, I want you to be in a space where you have low distractions. There, people know if you're home with them that they know not to disturb you for at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I don't want to rush through this, but I also don't want to take up too much time. I want this to just be like a really practical experience for everyone. So if you're not in a space that's conducive to this, I highly suggest that you get up and you move right now so that we could get started and have the focus that we need to do this type of work. So I'm really excited to have everyone here. Um, yeah, so if you could just get ready, and then I want to start off by really grounding ourselves in our bodies, in our quiet environment, and to release all the emotional baggage that we might have brought when we came into this room. So, this would be the perfect place to start with this type of energy work with chakra recalibration. So, it really sets the tone of the work that we're going to do today. So, make sure that you take some breaths and you just let your body relax and really bring focus into your body as well as your spatial awareness and what your environment feels to you. If it is calm and quiet, like mine is, and I could hear the birds in the background, I'm starting to find myself becoming more and more aware of where I'm at and what my inner feelings are in this state in my environment. So that's a good place to start, is to really just center yourself in your body so that we could start to tap into that awareness. Even now, I feel very aroused because of, not in a sexual way, by the way, just because I'm showing up and my adrenaline is going. So I'm in a very aroused state right now, and my nervous system is very activated. So I want you to tap into your body right now and take note of what your energy feels like right in this instant so that you could compare it to how you feel after this workshop. And that'll be the transformation that's going to happen in this next hour and a bit together. So I'm really excited. If you're new here, I'm going to be going over the chakra system, kind of some foundational knowledge. There was a lot of work being done inside at the Intuitive Alchemy Collective all month leading up to this workshop, including chakra activations and just some foundational knowledge that really helps you understand your own chakra system. So we will be going over it as a refresher and also to inform any of the people who have come here from my email list for this limited time free workshop. So make sure that you watch the activations that are available on YouTube so that you could really have an understanding of all of this, because there's only so much I can explain in such a small amount of time. And then we'll be going through some guided practices together to really figure out the state of your chakras as well as how to activate and get to know each energy center. So I'm really excited and I'm ready. Yeah, so that was just a little disclaimer. I hope you're feeling more grounded in your body and that you're ready um to get started. Please take notes if you need to. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments and I will answer them. I'll maybe take like little peeks at them every now and again and answer them. Or if you want to save your questions for the end, I will be having a short Q&A session as well, just to make sure that everyone has a good understanding. So feel free to leave comments in the chat box. I'd love to hear from you. And yeah, let's get started. All right. So this is going to be an expanded understanding of the chakra system. The chakra system is an ancient energy map that originated in the East, especially in Tibetan and Eastern medicine, and it means wheel or disc. And the understanding is that this is a symbol that resonates at its own frequency, and that's where it correlates inside your own body and the spectrum of light that it resonates at. So that's how each one has its own colors, and it is very practical and makes up our actual essence. It makes up our light body, which is our energetic body. So this is what we're going to be tapping into. This is the power and potential of really learning how to harness the energy of these chakra centers. So it's like a spinning wheel of energy in the body, and it's correlated to a specific gland in your body and the region of that body or those body parts make up. So it controls all the systems in your body, and each chakra has its own system that it governs essentially. So this governs the aspects of our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. They all resonate at either a physical, mental, or spiritual resonance, and that's how they work. So from the ground up, obviously, it's very grounded, it's very dense energy, and that's where it takes root. And as you go up, it gets lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter, and it just vibrates at a high, like white, red hot frequency. So when your chakras are balanced, you feel more energized, creative, emotionally stable, and spiritually connected. And you experience flow in your life, in your health, in your relationships, your expression, and your purpose. When they are imbalanced, underactive, or overactive, you may feel stuck, reactive, exhausted, confused, disconnected, or even physically ill, like how I feel right now, just with all my hormones are really out of whack and I'm feeling not so great today. And I could feel a lot of my chakras are very dull right now. And it's creating a very, this is what I look like right now. This is it in real time. This is my chakras being very out of alignment and unbalanced because I'm just feeling poorly and it's affecting me everywhere because of it. It's all connected. So think of the chakras like organs of your energy body, and each one has a specific job. If one's out of alignment, the whole system feels off. So let's take a closer look at each chakra. I'll go through this as fast as possible just so we could really get to the practical and immersive experience. So this will tell you what each chakra governs and how it affects your daily life. So the root chakra is at the base of your spine and it's red. Red is the densest color. So that's the first color on the spectrum. It is associated with the earth element, and its core themes are safety, survival, grounding, and stability. And when you feel balanced, you feel very aware of your body and you feel secure and rooted and supported and safe, both emotionally and physically. You are in an environment that is creating safety in your body, and then therefore your root chakra is balanced as a result of that. So when it's imbalanced, you may feel anxious, unsafe, ungrounded, or like you're spinning, like there's nothing keeping you down. You're kind of like floating around in orbit. So you may feel this is associated with a sense of belonging. You feel so good in your environment, supported by people around you. You give back to your community and they pour into you and everyone's valued. That's where that sense of belonging comes from, where you feel seen, understood, and supported. And when we don't feel in alignment with that, that's a sign of the root chakra being imbalanced. I want to mention that I'll be going over two different concepts, and I'll get to that later, that we'll be talking about what it means to be in alignment and to be balanced as well, because we say my chakras are out of alignment, but I don't know if anyone actually knows what that means. people probably basically understand maybe a very basic understanding of chakras at the balance level, but no one really ever talks about what it means to be in alignment. So I will get to that and how the two kind of work together on two different planes. So this is a very multi-dimensional approach that takes like Vedic knowledge and applies it to your body as well as a quantum mechanic perspective. This is the lens we are working through is the quantum expression of each chakra, which is infinite, and how they all hold their own wisdom and energetic signature. So your sacral chakra is below the navel in your womb space. So if you're a female, a lot of wisdom comes from your womb. Your womb holds so much generational knowledge and ancestral knowledge that affects our creativity, our pleasure, our sensuality. When we are off in our emotions, those things get out of skew. So when you are balanced, you feel like that emotional flow where you're riding the waves, whether they're good or bad, and you're taking it as they come, but you still feel good and supported by your root chakra. And then you connect to your inner artist and you have like life force coming from that womb space. And when you feel imbalanced, you're almost numb or overreactive, or you're not creating from where you want to create from. If you were creating for someone else, or you are an artist and you're doing like commission work for someone else, that's just not your thing. That could be a way to describe that. And you'll feel creatively blocked and disconnected from joy. That's the emotional aspect of that. We are here to create and to give life and to make life for other things and come from that space. And when we don't do that, it gets very blocked and it leads to health issues. Like, for example, PCOS and ovarian cancer and things like that. So these unbalanced chakras manifest as physical symptoms that, when ignored, it gets worse and worse and turns into like disease and then terminal illness. So that's how serious this is. This is how important this work is, because most diseases come from a spiritual place, not from like a biomedicine perspective with the cells and virology. This is a attacking things at the root problem and really addressing it from that energetics perspective, that frequency perspective, where you could tap into like healing energy just by balancing your chakras. So when you're imbalanced, you will feel it in your body, and I really want to help you tap into that. So this is why we're kind of going over this. So your solar plexus chakra is your upper abdomen, your stomach area. If you experience like IBS, um, that would be a symptom of an overactive or underactive solar plexus. This is where your confidence comes from. It's your second gut. This is where like your instinct comes from. And if you don't have this, then you're obviously not going to feel very safe or confident, and your personal powers is just, you're coming from a very victim minded place, and it's taking root in your gut, and your serotonin receptors, which is your happiness receptor, isn't being fed by good gut health and good gut emotions. So when you stand in your truth and you make confident decisions, this helps you feel much better, and you release any tightness that might be in your stomach area. And then that helps with like the physical symptoms, the digestive problems. And when it's imbalanced, it affects your mental health, and you may feel powerless and indecisive. You might have brain fog, controlling, or you will have ongoing gut issues that will just always make you feel very poorly. So this governs your self-worth and your identity. Your heart chakra is the link between your mental chakras and your physical chakras. It is that bridge where between the two in the spiritual realm. And I'll get to mind heart coherence quite shortly and how that affects your whole chakra system. So it's obviously at the center of your chest. This vibrates at the green frequency, which is love, which is why money is actually love. It supports us, it takes care of us, and it's green. When we think of green, a lot of people think of money. And it's supposed to be loving and caring and supportive. So I really want to make sure that we're tapping into any limiting beliefs that come from this place, from our heart, that keeps us hardened and disconnected from our truth and from loving freely. If you have trust issues, it will come from your heart. So it really helps you tap into love and compassion and connection and forgiveness when you open this heart chakra, and it feels like bliss. It is so freeing, and it's where your heart is. So this is the source of your essence, the source of your living body. It is your life force. And that is why it is the bridge. So when you open it, it just opens up your whole channel, and you activate a healing resonance. That love is truth. It is what heaven feels like. It is pure bliss, and it is so powerful and so healing. And this is why God and Christian theology is so healing and rooted in love and forgiveness, because of the healing and the instant healing it can connect to. So when you open it, and you allow it to flow into your other chakras, it balances them on their own. So you could do a lot just by tapping into your heart. So if you are open, you are willing to give and to love and to receive love. And then when you have fear, it closes it. It keeps it hard, and like, how can I trust people if they're always evil? And those are boundary issues. You are not a victim. You have the ability to connect with people who feel safe and to disconnect from people who don't. So if someone is going to hurt you in love, you know that it's going to happen before it even happens, and you get rid of it because you love yourself enough and more to do that. And so it's living without fear, knowing that you could love because you're not doing it in exchange for anything, and that you have the capacity to protect yourself from people who want to take advantage of your loving nature. So it's okay to love people. It is worth it. It is 100% worth it. And when you don't, and you just want to keep yourself safe, and you close yourself off and you isolate, that's when you start to feel lonely and bitter and resentful and shut down, and you can't connect with other people, and it starts to affect your empathy and your compassion and your ability to actually connect with people, and it just self perpetuates. So keep your heart open, knowing that it is safe to do so. This is where the heart and the human mind connect with the divine. This is pure love. It is safe and worth it. So as you move upwards, you move more up into like a self-expression sort of paradigm. It's where you connect to your reality, how you project your reality, and how you express yourself. So your throat chakra is blue. When you think of blue, it's like clarity and safety and loyalty and just good feelings, like the sky. When you look at the sky and on a beautiful sunny day, it feels amazing, right? There's a reason, because it's blue. It's color theory. It's literal color theory. This stuff is so multi-dimensional and so symbolic. So when I would really want you to consider how the color theory works on a spectrum and what the colors are associated with, and this is all part of like understanding your chakras on that level and how it works. And when we map our chakras in a little bit here, you'll be able to understand where these chakras sit in your body and the density that they vibrate at, as well as like how strong their color is, and if it's bleeding into other areas and mixing, like color theory, when you combine two together and you get the outcome. So like blue and yellow would be green. So if you are closed in your throat chakra and you're closed in your solar plexus, and it's coming from a place of like not being able to express yourself safely, it'll start to affect your heart because that's green. But you'll see the green in your mind's eye, in your gut, and you'll be able to start to see how they all connect to each other. So keep visiting these trainings and really try to analyze them from a different place, and it'll keep building off itself. Like the knowledge that each center contains is so vast, and this is part of understanding it. This is the wisdom we're tapping into right now, and it just goes on infinitely, because that's how the quantum field works, and each chakra connects to a different point in the quantum field. So this element for this chakra is ether. Ether is heaven. This is the one of the biggest connections to the divine and to manifesting. When God spoke, he did it before anything else. He said, "Let there be light." So by speaking things into existence is very real because that's what God did, and we all have that capability. This is why affirmations are so powerful and why speaking your truth is so powerful. So this, when you constrain your throat, you start to feel that lump in your throat. That's because your chakra is very dense and very blocked, and it connects to your thyroid, and it could create thyroid issues, which creates systemic issues on a hormonal level. So when it's balanced, you can express yourself clearly and authentically, and when it's imbalanced, you hold yourself back. You might over-explain, people please, lie, and experience those physical symptoms. This is where you speak from your soul. This is why it's so important. So moving up into your eyebrow area is the third chakra, your third eye chakra, and this is my favorite one because this is what intuitive development is all about. It's purple. Purple is the color of spirituality, of intuition, of vision, insight, and discernment. Discernment is so valuable, especially in a world that is constantly trying to get your attention, is masked in illusion. This will help you see through everything and everyone when you activate this chakra, and it helps you live in your truth because you are trusting your inner guidance as opposed to looking outside of yourself externally. So you'll see through illusions, you'll have mental clarity, and you'll be able to have decisiveness as part of that because you're just following your intuition and it's leading you to glory. It's your connection to God, to your higher self, to the divine. There's so much wisdom that comes from this that you will receive via spiritual downloads. And then you'll be able to interpret them and integrate them because you'll understand through your third eye what the meaning is and how you could practically put it into your own lifestyle. So when it's imbalanced, you may feel confused, disconnected from your intuition. You're overly analytical, relying on logic as opposed to subjective truth, which is your own truth, and then it messes with your actual alignment. So we'll start to understand what it means to be balanced and imbalanced and out of alignment because you're not living with your heart's intention. You're not speaking your truth, and you're ignoring your intuition. That throws off your alignment because you're not living in alignment with your purpose, your higher self, your personal truth. So I want you to understand this as like your spiritual compass that's dictating how alignment works on a vertical plane. So when you are perfectly centered and your chakras are balanced, it'll be completely vertical and centered to your body, and you will have a clear channel to work through. So even if your chakras are balanced, it can still be skewed, which fragments your essence, and then it starts to affect your chakras and it puts them out of imbalance or constrains them, and it all works together. And I'll explain more about this in a couple minutes. So when you move upwards, you get more and more spiritual because you're starting to go from the ground up, right? And how we understand matter and energy on a dense level, and we get lighter and lighter literally as it goes until it's up in the atmosphere, and then we're activating even higher chakras and portals to the divine and to your ancestral lineages and your star lineages and your soul contracts. Like this is amazing work that has so much power and potential to explore and to understand yourself better. So I hope when we start to tap into these things, you will understand what I'm talking about when you feel it in your own body. So the core theme to the crown chakra, which is at the top of your head, it's white light. It's at its purest form. That's why white is about purity, virginity, things like that. And the core theme is divine connection, enlightenment. That's what the light means, and unity consciousness. And when it's balanced, you feel spiritually connected and guided and in tune with a higher plan, a higher purpose. And when it's imbalanced, you feel disconnected, lost, hopeless, or overly identified with your ego, which is in your body. And then your body doesn't feel safe. And then fear is running your life. Can you see how these things all start to interact? So this is your gateway to source and your higher self. And when they all work together, they're a system, and each one affects the others. A blocked throat chakra might come from an unhealed heart, like I said, and an overactive third eye might be the result of a disconnected root. So that's why recalibrating all of them is so powerful. I do this every night. I used to spend a lot of time on this. It takes a bit of time and practice in the beginning, but once you learn your body and you start to master your own body and your spatial awareness, your senses get heightened and you're able to tap into this like instantly because you know what it feels like in your body to be perfectly aligned. And it does behoove you to do the whole process and to take your time. But if you're short on time, you will learn to tap into this instantly so that you could balance them before you go to bed. Spend like 5 minutes doing it, just essentially releasing tension from your body and doing it from the ground up or from the top down. And I'll teach you how to do that in a minute. So, does anyone have any questions so far before I keep going with this and we talk about the two different planes this exists on? And then we'll move into like the ritual guided immersive experience. Well, I hope everyone is enjoying it so far because I am. And the more I talk about this stuff, the more it reworks in my own mind. And you'll find as you revisit each chakra, it will refine and you'll start to get different insights that will make more and more sense as you evolve and as you get good at this type of work. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. This makes me so happy. I was so excited for this and I felt crappy today and I'm already feeling better just talking about it and being here with everyone, and it's been great. It's been a good time. So I want you to understand the concept of this mind heart coherence in the chakra system, and this will help you deepen your understanding of both. And so it's literally when you have mind heart coherence, it's like a cross at your heart. So you're perfectly aligned and you're perfectly balanced on each chakra like a scale. So if your chakras are out of balance and they're in the wrong spots, you might feel them like chest pain on the left side of your body, meaning you have like heart issues going on because your chakra system is so out of whack that it's like sitting here in your body dense, and it starts to affect your blood pressure and then creates like kidney issues in your solar plexus area or sacral area. And that's how they all work. So this mind heart coherence, when it's unblocked, it's because you're not living in alignment with your higher truth, with your heart and your mind working together and agreeing on the same things. So if you're in a relationship, for example, that you know is bad for you and you need to leave, but you're having issues, just letting go, which is totally normal, by the way, you do not have heart mind coherence. So this is why love is so important and why living with a higher truth and divine guidance is so important, and not ignoring your intuition, which contributes to your misalignment, wreaks havoc on your body, and why it's important to constantly live in alignment and maintain balance at the same time. So that is the vertical plane mixed with the physical plane. So the vertical plane is more like spiritual. That is the spiritual realm and why spiritual work is so important. And then the horizontal plane is the physical plane. That's like a horizon. And when you have it at the center of your heart where it's meant to focus on, like everything's good. That's where you'll feel it the most. And that's why the cross resembles Jesus Christ, which is love. And I don't want to be dogmatic in any way. It is just how the theology is understood when we look at Jesus from a very symbolic sense. So that is like love activated. That's when you'll feel that bliss. And once you harness that energy, you can learn to alchemize it and control it and let it resonate across your whole essence outward, and exploring the quantum field, and your electromagnetic field will vibrate at a very high state. And you might attract things that you don't want. People will notice you when you do this work and you are living perfectly balanced. It will be very evident in your own reality, and you will attract people who might exploit you for your energy because they're energy vampires. This work will teach you how to amplify your electromagnetic field to a point where it's almost like a shield, where people kind of bounce off of it because it's drawing them in, but it's too strong and they bounce off of it. Because when you are balanced and you are aligned, you have so much conviction and truth and healing that you are rooted and you are confident and you are authentic. And that's it. That's you just need to tap into that to activate that essence, and your vibration and your frequency will change instantly. So this work will really help you start to understand how to do that, which I'm so excited for you for, because this is probably my favorite type of work, is to work on my energy the most. So the two axis is to be understood as like a cross. So the obviously the vertical axis is your clear channel, everything's balanced, opened, and it's in the right places. So it's aligned and it's balanced. So this is your pillar of light. This is life force coming from the divine into the ground and going back up. So it's a very open channel and there are no blockages. There's nothing standing in the way. You feel safe. You feel amazing. Life is amazing. You're thriving. Even when bad things happen to you, it's more like challenges that you have to work through that make you stronger. And if it's devastating and it's tragic, it'll carry you through it at the very least. So energy flows up through the ground and it roots you, and it also connects you to the divine, and it flows down through your spine. So that's why posture is so important, and how posture is related to each chakra. So if you are like constantly hunched, it's creating blockages in your heart and in your neck, which affects your throat chakra. So this is supposed to be understood as a very physiological understanding of this, so you could start to heal things that might be causing you problems, any physical complications. So this will help you heal even physical symptoms that you might have had for a very long time. It'll heal your burnout. It'll heal the chronic pain that you have. It'll help you shed layers that keep you stuck, that will enable you to have more energy to do the things that feel good. And then the more you feel good, the higher you vibrate and the more healthy you live and the better your lifestyle, and how this just bleeds into all areas of your life. All comes back to how the chakra systems work, even on like an atomic level, a cellular level, and how it all connects. And then you start to tap into like infinite abundance and infinite potential. So this is super powerful work. So think of this as like your spiritual spine, and it helps you stay aligned in your evolution and your purpose, and you feel grounded. When your lower chakras are blocked, that energy cannot rise and it may feel stuck. It's why that Kundalini awakening comes from your spine, and it is coiled so dense and tight as a human, especially when we're very disconnected and living a life that is not good for us, essentially. And so many people live that life, right? We're taught to live life a certain way that ultimately is not good for us. And that's why so many people have health issues these days or are dying of cancer. So when we activate this spine, the Kundalini opens and it rises. And then you unlock all that healing and that potential. That's like the Vedic sense of this chakra system, the way we're looking at it. So when you hear different iterations of this is what I mean. So it's literally like controlled by your spine, and it allows energy to flow both up and down when you are in alignment and you are perfectly balanced. So the horizontal axis is like the cross point of energy that bridges thought, emotion, logic, intuition, and doing and being. So the vertical axis is your evolution, and the horizontal axis is your integration, the physical integration of your evolution via the wisdom that comes from your spine and perfect alignment. So at the center is the energetic cross, is your heart chakra, and it is the gateway between both the bottom and lower or upper and higher chakras. And so the lower chakras are about body, about emotion, and about survival. And your upper chakras are about insight, intuition, and higher wisdom. And your heart chakra is the combination of the two. So this is also between your throat and your self-expression and your solar plexus, your boundaries and your power. So the mind, the third eye in the throat, brings insight, clarity, and perception, and your ability to articulate your truth. And the heart brings all the compassion and connection and truth into your center. and then it all just goes outward. So when the mind and the heart are aligned and coherent, you experience internal peace, intuitive clarity, and embodied truth. So think on that. Meditate on what that feels like. You feel bliss, which is peace. Nothing can bother you. You have intuitive clarity because you are tapped into the divine, into your inner wisdom. You don't need external validation. And therefore, you are living authentically because you don't care what people think. You have boundaries. You have the ability to understand people and why they are the way they are. You have forgiveness and love in your heart, and it makes you feel good. Your mental health is amazing. You take care of your body. You tap into your spiritual side often, every day almost, and you're embodying that essence of yourself that you came here to be, and it starts to show in your body by healing, by getting rid of symptoms of disease and illness, of burnout, and then you start to feel good, and then you start to look good, and then your reality changes and you are a completely changed person. You do this work long enough, people will see you and be like, oh my god, what did you do? You look amazing and your life is amazing. Please tell me your secret. And this is why I do this work. So when the mind thinks and the heart knows and the soul remembers, that's when you are dialed in and you become unstoppable. So why this matters for chakra recalibration, which we're about to get into. So thank you for making it this far. I hope this has been useful information for you. And now we are going to get into the fun stuff. So during this workshop, we're not just looking to fix each chakra in isolation. We will be doing that, but we will be creating like a whole system recalibration by combining everything in one go. So this grounds your energy down into your body. This lifts your awareness into your higher consciousness. It centers you in your heart where your truth lives, aligns your mind and your heart for clarity and action and decisiveness and inner trust and knowing, and creates spaciousness for divine flow to move through you, and you are manifesting instantly and achieving your goals and experiencing abundance and financial blessings, miracles, synchronicities. Your life becomes magical. You feel amazing. Everything is coherent and balanced in alignment. But I want you to understand this is a process. It is not a final result to achieve and then it's good. This is something you need to be mindful of every day. And it becomes a lifestyle. So it's not even something that you really think about. And then when you do think about it, you're able to tune into it right away and to apply it to whatever area needs love the most. Essentially, when I have a headache and I lie down and I meditate and I focus on my crown chakra and my third eye chakra, I could get rid of my headache just by doing that type of work. It's amazing. It's really just taking any tension in your body that is energetic and dense and alleviating it. So it heals that tension and what the tension is causing and the issues it's causing. And when you have it too open, it bleeds into other areas of your life and you have no boundaries. And so it's important to make sure that you're not giving too much of your energy away either. And so I'll help you decipher these things as we go along and where you are bleeding energy and where you are holding energy and how in alignment they are. So we're about to get into that. I'm so excited. And if you have any questions or you want to say anything, feel free to leave it in the chat. Even if you are watching the replay, you could leave a comment in the YouTube comments if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you are in the collective, you could always comment on the replay thread that I'll be posting with your questions, and I'll get back to you and help you understand wherever you're stuck. All right, so we're about to get into the immersive experience. I just need to find my reference. Okay, I think I found it. So I just want to take like a deep breath. This is a lot of information and I'm quite excitable. So I just want to return myself back to my body, to my heart, to my essence. Just allow it to exude outwards, to go downwards into my root so that I could feel safe and grounded and I return back to my environment. lucidity returns. I'm very awake, very mindful of all my senses right now. This is how easy we just come back to ourselves and our bodies, especially when our thoughts get the best of us, or when we're feeling aroused or triggered and our energy starts to exude outwards too much. This is how we could bring ourselves back, is bringing ourselves back to our body. And just cultivating that body awareness will do so much for you in terms of doing this type of work. It's amazing. Your body holds so much wisdom and so much potential. Humans are capable of incredible things, and I hope this helps you achieve your goals and your potential and helps you tap into higher and higher points of consciousness. Like, this is an evolution, and I'm so excited for you to be here and to be doing this work with so much enthusiasm. This is a pandemic. This is the work that everybody should be doing. So congratulations for being here and doing the work and wanting to work on this, because it's not easy, and it does bring up a lot of things that we need to heal, whether it's physical symptoms or spiritual wounds or emotional wounds or trauma. This is all part of healing this without it letting it carry us away or feeling like it controls us. This really gets at the root of the issue with a very structured way of doing it that taps into your body's ability to heal instantly. I don't want you to think like you're always having to heal or chase after healing as a result. You are healed now, and that is the potential that we could tap into with this type of work. So I'm really excited to get into this. All right, so just bring yourself back to your body. We're going to map our chakras right now. This is the first step, is taking awareness to your body and noticing the checks and imbalances, where you're holding energy, where you're holding tightness in your body, and what that tightness and what these things are trying to tell you on a symptomatic level, so that you could address each chakra appropriately. And this is why somatic work is so important. Somatic work is utilizing energetic work with physiological processes, essentially. So like breath work, stretching, dancing, shaking your energy, artistic expression, singing, humming. These are all somatic responses to imbalanced chakras, and why fitness and taking care of your body is so important for your physical health, but also has a spiritual aspect of it as well that we need to connect to with each chakra, and why creativity is so important to your sacral chakra, because it's your life. You are here to create. So I want you to bring awareness to your root chakra at the base of your spine. And I want you to tap into this wisdom by asking yourself, do I feel safe and grounded in my life? Allow the answers to come to you. We want to activate our intuition when we're doing this type of work, because the wisdom is there, and this is how it will be received. And then you interpret it, and then you integrate it, and you address it in your life. If you know that you are in a relationship that you need to leave, that's what would come up for you. If you need to leave your job because it is draining you, that's the type of information that'll come up. So I want you to notice anything that comes up for you, as well as any physical sensations in this area. Is it tight? Is it heavy? Does it feel numb, like you're not really getting anything? Because that's a symptom too. Or does it feel open and light? I want you to tap into the energy of each chakra, and it'll give you your answers. So just note anything that comes up for you and take a mental note of it. Don't address it. Don't perceive any information yet. Don't try to intellectualize any of the information or apply any meaning. Just let it tell you what it needs. So the horizontal plane will divide your body between left and right, yin and yang, feminine and masculine. And I want you to take note of any tension or physical symptoms and note where they are located. Are they on the left side or the right side? Or do they feel more centered? Does that centered feeling feel tense and tight, or is it open? Now I want you to move up to your sacral, just below your navel, kind of behind your belly button. And how connected do you feel to joy, pleasure, and creativity? Are you able to tap into joy? Do you feel joy on a daily basis? Are you depressed and unable to derive any pleasure from things that once felt amazing for you? Or things that you love? Do you feel creative? Are you stuck and not able to manifest? These are the things I want you to take note of. I want you to pause at each chakra and really approach it with curiosity and presence. I want to take our time with this. As you move up to your solar plexus, I want you to notice any tightness in your digestive organs. Right now, I feel tightness in my solar plexus. I know that's my IBS right now. This is where I hold my nerves and my stress. This is what my body is telling me. Do you feel confident or insecure? Do you lack willpower? Do you have a victim mindset? Are you able to hold healthy boundaries with others and yourself? Do you have digestive issues? Pay attention to anything in this area. Right now we are just mapping. So do not apply any meaning to that is going to come up as we move into your heart. You might feel an instant constraint right now. If you feel butterflies, try to notice them. Are they coming from your heart as well? Is your heart tight? Does your chest feel tight? Do you feel like you're breathing from your chest in a shallow way? These are things to take note of. Something might be hurting your heart right now, so be compassionate with yourself with whatever comes up for you. Do you have trouble breathing? Do your arms feel heavy? Are you giving away your love in exchange for performance? Do you feel the need to perform in order to receive love? Or that you people please? That you give too much and get little in return? That you've had heartbreak and you're afraid to love or trust again? This is where forgiveness comes from. We all hold trauma and heartbreak. People have hurt us or betrayed us. If you have grief, this is where you will feel it, is in your heart and in your lungs. Do you feel that shallow breath from that tightness? I want you to relax just a little bit and take note of what that feels like. And we move up into the throat. You might notice that your throat is constrained. Maybe you don't know how to communicate your needs, or you get in fights with your family over misunderstandings, or you feel like you over explain yourself. or that you talk too much and dominate conversations? Are you afraid of speaking to crowds, to people you love? Are you afraid to bring up issues to people? Notice any tightness in your throat. Take note of it. I feel it in the back of my throat where my vagus nerve is. It's overactive. I'm stressed. This is why expressing your truth is so important. So notice any tightness even in the back of your neck. I want you to move up to your third eye now where your eyebrows are. Do you feel pressure? Do you get headaches or have vision problems? Do you have a twitching eye? Do you hear ringing? If you do, notice what side of the head you get ringing on. Do you ignore your intuition? Do you seek external validation? Are you indecisive? Do you lack self-trust? Do you not believe in the divine or God? Do you feel connected to your higher self? As you move upwards, this inner knowing will resonate, and you might be getting visions or sensations in your head. They might feel light or fuzzy. This is your third eye chakra opening. Your inner knowing will resonate at this level of frequency, and it will expand outwards as you expand your consciousness. Take note of any sensations, and if these energy centers are contracting or opening or even resonating. Move to your crown chakra. This is the connection to source, to divinity, and to your purpose. If it is closed, you might have limiting beliefs, paradigms that get in your way, a lack of faith and hope. Notice if the gateway to the energy above your head is open or not. I really want you to take a second and expand your awareness to all centers from the root to the crown, all at once, and notice any tension that exists as a whole. One chakra might dominate over the other. One might feel more tighter than the other. Pay attention to this and you will have your answers. Just observe anything that comes up. And I want you to take a moment to bring your awareness to the top of your head and allow it to flow downwards through your body. Down past your eyebrows, your cheeks, your chin, your neck, down your shoulders, down your chest and your arms, into your digestive organs, behind your belly button, into your pelvis, into your spine, and then the surface beneath you. Tune into any sensations. Is it tight, heavy, numb, or open? I encourage you to journal anything that comes up for you after this session. You could do it in a way that is just a constant stream of consciousness where you just write and you don't question anything that comes up. And don't feel the need to be perfect or to remember everything that came up for you. Just write as openly as possible. Set a timer if you need to, 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, and just brainstorm what came up for you and what you could remember. And you'll learn to decipher these things. And you'll learn how to address them. And your body will tell you how to address them as well when you learn to tap into this information and these energy centers. So now that we have kind of mapped where our energy centers are and if they're tight or open, I hope that you have gained some more body awareness. It takes practice and it's something that needs to be developed every day through different methods, whatever helps you tap into your body and to bring awareness back to your body. I would take a moment to ask, am I awake? As often as I can throughout the day, even as an experiment, and see how you return back to your body, even to return to your breath. Always come back to your breath and you will come back to your body and you will gain more and more awareness over these things. So I'll address some of the things in the comments at the end because we're about to do the recalibration now. So we've mapped where these energies are and what they feel like and if they're centered or not. And I hope as a whole you kind of have an idea of where you're holding tension and pain. That would be like your biggest reminder. Bleeding your energy outwards is more symptoms of like things that drain you that need to be taken note of. And what is draining you, like relationships with friends who just you've outgrown, or you're not living in alignment with how you want to live, or your highest self. You're living a life that feels like a lie. These are all things to like pay attention to. This is how you would map your chakras so that you could help align and recenter them. And that's the recalibration. So recalibration means bringing your energy system back into that flow, that perfect channel, and that perfect balance. And we'll do this through breath and visualization and intention and energetic direction. You're using all those things combined, and it helps to obviously have your eyes closed and to really feel your body and where you're carrying your energy and using that energy intentionally to open it and allow it to relax, as well as to like bleed into other areas. Like when you tap into your heart and you're closed off, you won't feel that life force. But when you tap into that life force, that love in your chest, it'll bleed into other areas. So you will learn to do that with the other chakras as well, so that you could control this energy, move it back to where it needs to be, and to open it to the appropriate amount. So this body awareness that it leads into mastery will help you manipulate these energy centers intentionally and purposefully. I don't want this to sound gross, but I want to relate this to how masterful yogis are with their bodies. They are so masterful with their bodies that they could lift water through their genitals, and so they are absorbing it with intention. Like it's insane how much control they have over their body and their system and their systems just by controlling the energy of the water in their body and the sensation that comes up through it. So they're able to draw in fluids through their body with intention, and that's what harnessing and alchemizing these energy centers will do. And you'll be able to tap into this and do it on purpose. It's incredible how amazing our bodies are, and this is the infinite potential that exists and how powerful they are. So you are your own healer. You don't ever have to chase anything outside of yourself. I really want to break down the paradigm of modern medicine and how there's no cure for anything. And I know this takes time and people are very indoctrinated, and this is not a place for people to have limiting beliefs about your potential and your body's ability to heal even without medicine. Medicine is always only ever symptomatic. This is a root actual body healing. You could activate your DNA via epigenetics, and epigenetics is a scientific thing where your environment activates your DNA and vice versa. So you're able to turn off symptoms, which is a genetic expression that's been turned on. You're able to control that so that you could turn these codes on and off on a will so that it activates healing, and it also activates or deactivates dysfunction and illness and all that. So you're able to control these things on like a DNA level. So when I talk about this and how it works on a frequency, all of this could help with everything. This could address everything. There's no harm in also realizing that pharmaceuticals do serve a purpose if you need to rely on them. There is no shame around that as well. Like, I'm on medication, I do the spiritual work. I also have a mental illness that I don't have control over, but this deeply, deeply helps heal the symptoms associated with it. So I have bipolar. It's not something you could ever really get rid of. And I don't want to say that it's not curable, because there are things that I can do that might actually make it go away. It's incredible how powerful our brain is and our body is. So, but because I'm not at that point, I do rely on pharmaceuticals to help me. And that's okay too. It is okay to rely on medicine, but I do want to emphasize that we can heal from everything. And there are different somatic approaches that help with things like OCD, like EMDR, for example, is a somatic practice through therapy, through that reprocesses trauma, and then you don't get the symptoms of things. So it takes PTSD, people who have had PTSD from war, and heals it via like an eye movement process and a bunch of cognitive processes. So our mind is so powerful to take information and to reprocess it. So even if you hold trauma in your body that has been causing you issues your whole life, you could unlock the healing and those symptoms will go away. So we are going to do the recalibration now. I want you to start back by bringing awareness to your body and to tap into that chakra at the root of your spine. I want you to visualize a red sphere of light at the base of your spine. It sits right above the ground. If you're sitting cross-legged, you'll feel it in your pelvis. We tap into these energy centers. They are spinning and pulsing. This is how powerful each associated gland in our body is and why it affects our health so much. So with each breath, I want you to visualize it. This is why I made this an immersive experience and why there is no shared screen, because I really want you to tap into the power of your mind's eye and visualize these things to make it easier for you to harness the energy. It is very real energy. So picture it spinning and pulsing and see it balancing and grounding in safety. If you have tension, any tension in this area, I want you to relax that tension with intention. I want you to relax every inch of it. Start as small as possible and move your focus outwards. To your hips, to your legs, and into the surface beneath you. Feel your body connected to the surface beneath you and how your energy exudes outwards. And relax any tension. You might feel it in your legs or in your hips. This is all part of releasing any trauma that is stored in these body parts. And I want you to affirm, I am grounded, I am safe, I am secure. Bring your attention to your skin in this area. And then feel the air that exists an inch from your body. Now bring your attention 3 feet out of your body. Notice anything that comes up for you from this area. I want you to slowly work your way upwards towards your navel. Behind your belly button, I want you to visualize a spinning orange orb. How big or small is it? We want each chakra to be the size of a disc that is the size of our palm, our open palm. When it is balanced, that's what it'll feel like. And if it's aligned, it'll be right in the center of where it should be. If it feels tight, relax any part of your body. I want you to feel around this area from behind your navel to your spine. And now out to your hips. Outside your skin. To the atmosphere around you. You might notice as you tune in from the center outwards that it just naturally opens your energy and alleviates any tension. I want you to intentionally relax your body and allow this energy to just resonate. Allow the sensation of joy to open up. Do you feel disconnected from this? And if so, can you open this energy? If you feel numb, try to tune in even more into this space to activate this chakra and allow it to open up. And allow it to open up to a sense of creativity and curiosity. Feel into the wisdom of that chakra and you will feel joy. When you tune into that joy, it will heal and it will bleed into other areas. Allow it to flow upwards into your solar plexus. If you feel any tightness, or do you have digestion issues that cause you upset? I want you to relax any tightness in this body and check in with the size of your chakra. If it's bigger than the size of your open palm, try to bring it back. I want you to visualize keeping it contained within your body. And to center it. When it is aligned and centered, you are tapping into its proper frequency. This opens up the energy center and it resonates at its proper frequency and it heals. Allow it to open up outwards. Take that joy and let it spread into other parts of your body. Allow it to go upwards into your heart, to the center of your chest. And I want you to visualize a bright green light resonating outwards down into your stomach, up into your throat, past your arms. I want you to envision it flooding your body, covering you head to toe in green light. Allow it to exude into the atmosphere, into the quantum field. You are love, and you are attracting love. You are attracting abundance and money, support. Allow the sensation to flood your body. Focus on this energy center resonating in the center of your chest and keep it as open as possible. Visualize it resonating outwards continuously. Affirm, I forgive. Forgive everyone who has hurt you. Send love outwards to people, to your past selves, to your family. Send this energy outwards. And open yourself up to giving and receiving. Love freely without fear. Open your heart and tap into this loving, blissful sense of peace as often as you need. This is where healing starts. Now allow the sensation to flow upwards into your throat and let it alleviate any tightness that you might have in this area. If you are clenching your teeth, relax your jaw. Let your shoulders drop. Relax your tongue and your facial muscles. Relax this area as often as you can. Cultivate that body awareness. Learn to release any tension that you carry in this area. Keep relaxing your shoulders. Allow it to flow downwards into your chest and your shoulder muscles, and your back. Allow that channel from your heart to your throat open. Do you sense any tightness in your skin from your head, from your neck to your shoulders? Keep focusing on relaxing this area. This is where we hold most our stress and our tension. Take a breath in and release and relax. I want you to say, Om. Allow that sensation to creep across your body and repeat if necessary. Allow it to vibrate to the back of your neck, relaxing your muscles in this area. Come back to the center of your throat and carry your focus upwards, up your jaw, into your mouth. Feel your tongue. Move up into your sinuses. We are about to bridge the physical with the divine. Take this awareness and move upwards into your brain. Do you notice any pain in your vision or your head? Do you have any ear ringing? Receive any downloads graciously and observe them. Allow the divine to enter from the top of your head. Feel the center of your forehead. Move upwards to the top of your skull. Open the energy and allow the divine to flow through you from the top of your head downwards into your brain. Keep going downwards back into your sinuses, into your jaw, down your throat, the back of your neck, into your esophagus and your shoulders, and downward into your heart. Downward into your solar plexus, your sacral, to your root, and your hips, to your bum, and into the surface beneath you, and down into the earth. If you are on a second floor or above, allow the energy to just flow downwards into the earth. Use your mind's eye to visualize a channel downwards. Feel yourself connected from the top down. Feel the energy flow through you. Take note of this sensation. This is the start of mind-heart coherence. If you feel relaxed and at peace, you are tapped in. Take note of this sensation. Expand your awareness to your environment. Notice any sounds or sensations. Stay as relaxed as possible. Take a moment to appreciate this sensation. I want you to place your heart on your chest. And ask yourself, what do I want to call in moving forward? We want to integrate this experience into our body. Allow whatever to come up, come up. Feel the warmth of the room around you. Feel it absorbing into your body and giving you light. You are safe. Bring your attention to your breath. I want you to notice how different your body feels from the start of this workshop. Which center feels most different right now? What are some of the things you released? Are they fears, tension, pain, resentment? Ask each chakra on a regular basis what it needs and what you are releasing. Return your focus to your breath. Just enjoy the stillness. I want you to bring your awareness back to the room. Start wiggling your toes. Open your eyes if they're closed. If you feel lighter, let out maybe a sigh or do a stretch. You've done great work. This work is so powerful. I want to thank you for being here. As we come back, I want you to know that you just realigned your entire energetic body. You've activated all your energy centers and have restored balance. You've aligned them and opened up a channel for infinite wisdom and purpose to flow through you. Do this practice as often as you can. I have a free meditation. It's available on YouTube. It's also within the crash course in the classroom inside the Intuitive Alchemy Collective. I feel so much better. And I hope you do too. This is it. You just recalibrated your energy centers, your chakra system. And I hope you have answers and you feel more enlightened or empowered. If you have any questions, now would be the time to ask. If you need access to the replay, it will be available on YouTube for the next few days until I take access down to the public, and it is forever archived within the Intuitive Alchemy Collective. If you want to do more of this work with me, I highly, highly encourage you to join the Intuitive Alchemy Collective. There's a 7-day free trial for you to come in and feel if it's for you, if it feels right and aligned. And I'd love to help you on this journey and help you enhance your intuition and access your psychic gifts and to learn alchemy and to do all the work that's necessary to make you as powerful as possible. So I'm so happy that you joined me today and that you stuck with me. This was amazing. And I do a live workshop every month inside the Intuitive Alchemy Collective, just like this. And it's based off of all the work that we do throughout the month in order to prepare for the workshop. So it's such a high vibe, high value community. And it's a container for me to continue to hold space for you and your evolution. You're so welcome. Thank you for your time. And yeah, I noticed that some people left some comments as we did the mapping, and I hope you have some more awareness of at least of what your chakra state is like. IIBS is, yeah, do what calls you. I highly recommend a walk in nature to integrate would be fabulous. Fabulous. I would love to have you in my webinars. Every month I'll be releasing the live workshop to the public on YouTube. Like, this is where we'll meet. And then you have free access for a few days until it gets archived into the Intuitive Alchemy Collective. So if you want to keep joining me and you're not quite ready yet to join the collective, then feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I put out free content all the time, a lot of activations, a lot of coaching videos, as well as access to these free live webinars. So I'd love to have you, but if you're not ready yet, I also understand, and feel free to join us every month. It's just going to be stuff like this, but you couldn't imagine the things that we're going to cover. There's going to be nervous system integration, higher self integration, ancestral stuff, so many activations and work to be done. That's all just part of the process, and I make it as fun as possible, as instant as possible, and also geared towards where you're at right now without pushing you too far into any wrong direction. It really, really is about you and your development. And I just hold space for you. So I'd love to have you. Someone mentioned that the people are experiencing IBS, but they thought it was sacral. I don't want this to be an understanding that the chakras all belong in their own specific places. They bleed into each other and they also appear in other centers. So you could be completely blocked in your chakra, in your throat chakra, but it's coming from like your solar plexus. So you'll have like, when you learn to tap into their resonance and their colors, you will feel or sense or perceive the yellow in your throat where the blue should be. It's yellow instead. So for me, for example, I say IBS is in the solar plexus because that's where I feel it. So this is all about you and your own chakra systems and where they're aligned and if they're balanced or imbalanced. So a lot of people will have IBS in their solar plexus, sacral, because they have a different type of IBS. So I have like an IBS that's higher digestive level and is a lot to do with my mental health because I have my mental illness and PTSD that has bled into my where I store all that trauma and all those emotions. So it appears in my mind as mental illness, and then it gets stored in my gut because that's where I shove it down. So when you're doing this work properly and this channel is open, you will get your thoughts or you'll remember a traumatic event or get a flashback. And instead of shoving it down and holding it like in your shoulders or in your stomach or in your hips, in your legs, it's being reprocessed because you're able to see it through each filter of the chakra that's open, and you will integrate it properly because you're not running away from it or you're not shoving it down. These are all symptoms to give you feedback on where you need healing. So you can feel the IBS in your sacral chakra. I say because it's for me in my solar plexus. So it's all about just where you're holding each essence of each chakra. It doesn't have to be where it needs to be. That's just a sign that it's really out of alignment or really imbalanced if it's too tight and you're carrying it somewhere else in your body. So for example, if you're a female and all your chakras are misaligned and they're all like on your left side, for example, or right side, for example, you will be very masculine oriented. So you'll be showing up in a way that's very masculine in terms of like your expression and also how you go through life. So say, for example, you hustle and you grind and you from my perspective, you're doing sales and you're doing it from a very like a manly, masculine um, place. You're like cold DMing people, cold calling them, forcing them, a lot of urgency, a lot of forcing and shoving, and it's just that's not the feminine way. So if you're too feminine as a man, you're also carrying your energy too much in your feminine. And so we want to maintain balance by identifying whether it's too much to one side or not and how that is being expressed. And are you showing up in an imbalanced way? So we understand the dichotomy of these things and the balance that we need to maintain as equal equilibrium via complete balance of the left and right, the yin and yang, the feminine and the masculine, the hot and the cold, the subconscious and the conscious. All these things need to be balanced. So you could heal all of this. Um, I'm sorry that you're in so much pain. I hope this helps you because this might be a different approach to it when you start to tap into this energy center. So I live a life that is fully amazing. Like I have a dream like that so many people wish they would have because I've done this energy work, and I also do like the other things that support my mental health, and I go through therapy and all that. But meditation and learning to manage my energetics is what has been most healing for me. So if you feel like you're digesting machetes. I'm so sorry, that's horrible. I hope you feel better. I hope that this work helps you release that tension into your body, but there's also other things you could do to address your chakras. For example, all the somatic practices that I mentioned earlier, as well as like diet. So obviously, if you have digestion issues, you could do the energetic work that we just walked through and addressing that aspect of it, but you could also do things practically that alleviate the symptoms that each chakra is trying to tell you physically. So, diet, for example, diet is good for your mental health as well. Like they all feed into each other. So, the more that you do that is good for your body, the more you pour love into yourself and take care of yourself, the better you will feel, and the more that will reinforce a healthy lifestyle that has proper diet, proper sleep hygiene, meditative practices, spiritual practices, a proper work life balance, pursuing your passions and your interests, creating all these different ways to address your chakras are multidimensional in nature because that's what they are. So I hope that you could take this energy and learn to relax so that you're not in so much pain, and to also realize there are things physically that you can do to feel better. So if you have you're suffering currently from OCD and CPTSD, I would focus more on the alignment of your chakras as well as things that support your mental health. So if you have chronic PTSD and you have horrible flashbacks, or for example, I would suggest looking into, like, you could do plant medicine as a way to address that, or you could go a more medical route and get like medication that helps with flashbacks and obsessive thinking, or you could see a therapist that specializes in EMDR. There are so many different ways to address your chakras, and the more you do, the better you'll feel. But I also don't want you to do too much that it's overactivating your nervous system, like you're doing too much. Yes, so like somatic work would be amazing. Meditation and chakra work. I hope that this has helped you. I hope that you're able to take this and start addressing these things from a more energetic level, and do things that also support your physical health because it's all connected. That spiritual and the physical. We want that balance between both. But honestly, energetics is all you need. The secret hack is tapping into that heart center. Your heart is the key to healing. Once you open that up and you allow it to exude outwards into your reality, into your space, your environment, and you learn to maintain and sustain that energy with intention and mindfulness and meditation work, the more you will heal, the better you will feel, and the more instantly you will manifest. So I hope that that is something that does help you, because I feel like that is the best way to address it. Like, to me, this is the real work. This is the life hack, and I hope it helps you. And I'm glad that you're not in so much pain anymore. You're so welcome. Um, let's see. I think there was one other thing. Oh, you were just mentioning all the symptoms that you were feeling. So yeah, if anyone has any questions, now would be the time to ask. Otherwise, this is all I have right now. If you haven't seen the other trainings or activations, make sure that you check those out. I do have some on YouTube that will stay free forever, and so you can keep revisiting those. And I also have training on how to access like your higher chakras that we didn't go over in this recalibration, because that's a bit more advanced, and I think we will maybe pursue that within the coming months. But there is an introduction to it on YouTube. So I hope that you enjoy your walk in nature. Keep hugging those trees. Yeah, play in the dirt. That's great. Dirt play is amazing. That's grounding right there. Walking barefoot in the mud, in the sand, in the grass, poetry, so many wholesome activities and diets. And it really comes back to the simple things of life. 100% when it comes to creativity and play and joy. It all comes back to like the foods you eat, wholesome foods, not processed foods, not junk food. things that make you feel good is really what heals all of this. It complements the energy work. And once you learn to harness the sensation of things, all you need is visualization because your subconscious brain doesn't know the difference between actually doing these things and not doing them, but visualizing yourself doing them. It's all activating that pineal gland and that imagination that visualization comes from, and how visualization is so potent and powerful because our brains don't know the difference. So yeah, do things in your environment that feel good and then learn to harness this energy, and it will really really help you. um, with a lot of practice it will become something that is, I can't even say it, it's life changing, it's magical. This is the power of our body, and it's incredible. It's what makes me a nerd for this and wanting to share this information with everyone. So thank you for coming to this workshop with me. I certainly feel so much better. I hope that you feel better. If you feel a difference between how you came in and how you left, please leave it in the comments. Let me know what you think. Revisit this as often as possible and leave even the other trainings, leave insights when you revisit them to let me know like how your understanding of this just keeps expanding, and it's so infinite. That's great. That's great. You need to go hug some trees, share some love with the trees. It'll be amazing. I'm looking so forward to spending time with my family and my children on this Saturday, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me. I am so honored to help you on your journey. I'd love to see you inside the collective, and if not, I will see you in the next video. Bye.